Okay, hey there guys. We're gonna try something different. I want to see if this works and how this goes. Hopefully you're all doing very well. You probably will be hearing Aria and Kara playing in the background, so they're just playing with their dolls, so don't worry about them. But anyway, we're going to look at soul studies, and I'm going to try to see how this works. I'm going to try to record our lesson. Read along with me as we read. I'm going to give you some information. Have your book in front of you with a highlighter or a pencil, pen, color pencil, whatever you will like. I know typically we do a highlighter in class. If you have a highlighter, great. If not, find something. That way we can be underlining as we go through, and just follow along as I read. I'll kind of give you some things about as we go through. We're only going to look at pages 224 and 225 today in Soul Studies. So today's reading in Soul Studies is Chapter 7, Lesson 3, Ohio's Communities. And as you see in the picture up here, this is Cleveland celebrating the services of soldiers in a Veterans Day parade. So this is us right here, little something fun. And the question on the other page, which is right here, how do you celebrate in your town or city? So think about some of the things that we do in our town and city to celebrate. We have 4th of July parades. We have communities parades. The communities carnivals set up in the Apple's parking lot, and we have fun with that. But I want you to think, what are some other things we do in the community to celebrate? What else do we celebrate within our town and city? So we're going to go back. I'm going to start up here at the top. As I read, please make sure that you are following along, just like we've done in class. Anything that I do want you to highlight, I am going to read a couple of times. I do have my book as I'm seeing your book on here as well. So I'm going to kind of pinpoint out some things that I want you to highlight and some things that I want you to see and focus on. So start at the top. Look around your classroom. Instead of look around your classroom, look around your house at home. Think about the people you see and know outside of school. People of all ages, races, and educational backgrounds live in our state. Ohio is culturally diverse. Again, Ohio is culturally diverse. Please make sure to highlight this and underline it because it is very super duper important. We are very fortunate that we are very culturally diverse here in our state. This is a state with a rich and interesting story. Let's take a closer look at the people of Ohio. So, Ohio's people. The United States government counts people who live here every 10 years in what is called a census. And we are very fortunate. We've talked about this a little bit this year. We are actually in a census year this year. If you have not already, your parents will be, or guardians will be receiving a letter from the government asking the population count. How many people are in your house? They're going to ask it by age bracket too, because they want to know how many people are within this age bracket, how many people are within this age bracket. So again, because this is a vocab word, we want to make sure we're underlining and highlighting. The United States government counts people who live here every 10 years in what is called a census. The census gathers information about a person's age, race, and income. This information helps the government see how states, counties, and cities have changed over time and how it can plan for the future. So this is a very important document that your parents and all grown-ups in the state of Ohio have to complete. So once you turn 18, if you live at home, then you'll still count on your home census count. But it is very important for these population counts to be taken. This helps us determine, do we need additional police? Do we need additional fire? Do we need more hospitals? Do we need more schools? How do we need to fix roads? It's all good information. Do we need to offer more jobs for people? How can we make sure to help our citizens be be what they can be, productive citizens? Now, the last census was taken in 2010. It shows that Ohio's population grew to more than 11.5 million people. So if you take a look over here, in 2000, we were just under the 11.5 million mark. In 2010, We bumped up. We have more people. So, what do you think? Just based on our population, do you think our population has gone up in the last 10 years, or do you think we've gone down? It'll be very interesting once the results of the census come out to see, have we gone up or have we gone down? But notice the trends. So far, we have constantly been having an increase. Hold on one second. Aria Kara, chill. Anyway, as you can see and notice, we have had our population going up. So use that as a trend. Do you think we're going to have another increase in our population, or is our population going to go down? So going back to our reading, population is the number of people living in an area. Okay, so again, vocab word, we want to highlight it. Population is the number of people living in an area. Who are these 11.5 million Ohioans? There are about 700,000 children under 5 years old. Now remember, this was taken 10 years ago. So most of you, if not all of you, actually fall under this 700,000 children. This is you guys right here. There are about 750,000, or I'm sorry, 100,000, I can't even read this number correctly. 750,000 children between the ages of 5 and 9. This would be if you have any older siblings, your older siblings would be included into this number. 87% of those over 25 graduated from high school. Ohio is home to slightly more women than men. Nearly 1 million Ohioans are veterans who served in the United States. So, women, we've talked about this before. We are slowly, as we've gone through in our reading, we've learned women have slowly started to gain more rights. But even to this date, in 2010 again, Ohio had more women than men. So, yeah, got a lot of ladies in here. But you know what? They're all beautiful ladies, just like you. Moving on to our next page. So, some of the questions on the census are about your age. Others are about your work and income. Some are about a person's cultural background and language. They like to know where did you come from and what languages do you speak within your home. Okay? So think of in chapter 3, we talked about all those different cultures and countries coming in to our area. They want to know, again, because more and more people are coming here, want that cultural background. Think of Ohio as like a giant fruit salad or salad in general. When you have a fruit salad or a salad, you have different fruits that are in there. So if we have our fruit salad, we might have some apples and bananas and oranges and cantaloupe and grapes and blueberries and strawberries, and they're all different, okay? But because we have all those different fruits inside that fruit salad, it makes it even more delicious to eat. Now, I'm not saying we're going to go eat people. Please don't get me that way. I am using that as a metaphor to describe our culture here in Ohio. Because we have all these different backgrounds, it's great that you get to have this experience. The government uses the information to decide how much money a state might need for education, health, highways, and other services. Like the United States population, Ohio's population is culturally diverse. About 82% of Ohio's population is European American, and 12% is African American. People with Mexican, Puerto Rican, Chinese, and South Asian backgrounds also live in Ohio. People from these backgrounds have formed strong communities in Ohio. So most of us kind of fall under this category. We have another small percentage here, but then we also have all these other backgrounds that are here. And we know this because if we were in our classroom, we could be looking around. Also think about all those different countries that you found out your family's from, okay? The United States is a diverse country. Most citizens speak English, but many others speak Spanish and other languages. I wonder how many of you at home speak 2 languages, because some Americans speak 2 or more languages. I can tell you Mrs. Fedak does not speak more than 2 languages. I speak 1, unfortunately. Took Spanish. not very good at speaking, not very fluent. But in Ohio, you can hear many different languages. And again, here is a very important sentence that we want to make sure that we are highlighting. In Ohio, you can hear many different languages. It is part of what makes Ohio diverse. So not only do we get to see some of these different cultures through their languages, we also are able to experience them in other ways. So please make sure that you are highlighting in your book, in Ohio, you can hear many different languages, okay? So again, this is a picture of Cleveland. This is a summer festival that is being held celebrating the cultures from around the world at Parade Circle. And our question down here, why is it important, or explain why people from different cultures make Ohio more diverse? Why is it important that these people from other countries and cultures really help us be more appreciative? And I can tell you, we briefly talked about this in class as well. Lorraine, in about the end of June, will have a festival where where you can see people from all these different types of cultural backgrounds. They come together and they do a parade. They have a princess pageant with it, and they have like a stage set up so you can have music and you can dance and you can see different dances from different cultures and hear different music from different cultures. They have flags for each of the different countries that are being represented. And they have food stalls that are set up. And oh my goodness, it is the best because you can try all these different types of food. And it's, I'm blanking on the name. I think it's called the International Festival. Please don't quote me on that though. But I highly recommend, if you have not gone, please go and check it out. Usually there will be some emails and notifications about it. Like I said, it's in June. It's usually between the middle to the end of June. So it's another great place that you can go to kind of experience these different cultures that make Ohio diverse. And it's like we are very fortunate in our country that we are able to experience this, that we can see all these different cultural backgrounds come together and experience them through food and hearing of languages and music and dances and costumes and clothing. We are very, very fortunate within our country. So that's all we're going to read today. We'll have some more that we'll read tomorrow. But again, going back to the beginning, please make sure that you have highlighted Ohio is culturally diverse, because that's very key. We want to make sure that we have our definition of census, so that what a census is a count of people every 10 years. Population means the number of people that are living in an area. And then finally, down here in our last paragraph, in Ohio, you can hear many different languages. Okay? We will continue tomorrow to do some more reading and to find out a little bit more. I believe you have a video that you need to also be going into that's going to give you some more explanation on the census. And make sure to check out our question for the day, so then that way you can answer that, because it's going to be a little bit, it's going to run along the line of what we just talked about here. So hope you have a great day. Check out and check in tomorrow so that we can talk some more about our communities here in Ohio. See you later.